Hello, hello, my amazing analytical Aquarius. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of March. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And as usual, whichever sign gets the most likes comes in first for next month's segment, but also I'm doing a twin flame bonus reading for whichever sign comes in first. So, Aquarius, let's hop into it. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had the Empress coming out in reverse, okay? This is telling me that the divine feminine energies are not where they need to be, okay? When the Empress is in reverse, it can be that the divine feminine is rejecting some sort of nurturing role. Rejecting a mothering role almost. There can also be an aspect of rejecting forgiveness and unconditional love, especially with this deck because, the Empress is the angelic forces in this deck. And as you can see, she is giving forgiveness to, the maiden, the inner child. So there can be the divine feminine unable to forgive the inner child or the younger maiden, so to speak, for making certain choices. I did get this energy that the masculine did not go through on some sort of commitment that was made, and my ring finger on my right hand started acting up. So there could be something having to do with marriage, especially because the Empress does indicate, more of the, getting married, having kids, having a kingdom type thing versus, like the high priestess role, right? So yeah, that's what came up. And behind it, the Page of Pentacles came out in reverse. And what I was feeling is that someone is really tired of being left out in the cold. It's like every time there's just like a wall that is put between you and somebody else, and somebody is very, very cold, and the other person is tired of the cold that they have to keep away from them because it's stopping them from being able to grow. So yeah, then in the clarifier, we had water type energy come up, which is having to do with the emotional body. So there definitely is emphasis on the emotional body as well as the throat chakra. I also saw Golbat using super poison breath and acrobatics. It's a psychic type, so it didn't want to stay out, but there was this energy of perhaps being psychically connected to someone who's not saying very nice things about you or is like sending you not so great energy. And especially if there is this aspect of non-forgiveness, that could be. And then we also had Floette using magical leaf. So this can indicate some sort of, soulmate relationship, or it can be your own crown chakra that is being influenced by some sort of magical leaf, which, I take as using substances, happy Pisces season, by the way, or some sort of like herbal magic, that sort of thing. All right. So Aquarius, that is what came up in the cleansing ceremony. This is what we are doing this month. We are going to check into what emotional depths are you in, right? Because we are in Pisces season. So it's all about the deep, dark, watery abyss of the unknown, right? And then we're going to see what is keeping you stuck down there. What's blocking you in terms of these emotional depths. We're going to look into how do we bring you to shore. So that's going to be the physical and earth element in order to ground yourself. And then we will look into how do we dry you off after you get out of the water, which is the air element, the mental element necessary. Because, right, we get out of the waters of Pisces season, and then it is the fresh fire of Aries season, which starts the astrological new year. And you can probably feel that the new year is just about to start, right? That this year is really coming to an end versus like in December. And so it's very important that we ground ourselves and dry ourselves off from the, watery abyss so that we can really, use Aries fire in a good way. Okay. And then, of course, we will also look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. Okay. So let's see. What emotional depths are you in, Aquarius? I need some water. Ooh, 5 of Cups in reverse. Well, that's good. This one wants to kind of sneak away. Doesn't want to be looked at yet. But the 5 of Cups, like in reverse, this is telling me that you are really done with being disappointed over and over again. You're really done with, you know, feelings of sadness and depression and, you know, feeling the need to escape as well emotionally. The 5 of Cups in this deck tells a story of Liba and Guntram. And, you know, Guntram is wed to his true love. He ends up going on some business trick, gets stuck in this storm, and goes into this castle where he's tricked into being seduced by the innkeeper's daughter, right? Turns out the daughter is actually like a ghost, and they get married, and he's like terrified, right? And so he tries to leave, and he wants to, you know, go back to his true love and marry his true love, even though he had already married someone else. And, you know, he is able to marry her, but it's on, like, it's as he's dying because of how he, like, sold his soul to the innkeeper's daughter, okay? Yeah. All right. Aquarius, you've been through some shit. So with the 5 of Cups in reverse, it just feels like it's kind of this like love lost sort of situation. It's like, you know, someone didn't do the right thing, right? Someone had true love, knew they had it, went and got into another relationship, found out that it wasn't true love and came back. But it's like, it's too late. And I just feel like you're really done with all of the sadness and depression that this brings to you. What wants to hide? 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a physical cycle that has been repeated. It's like, it's happened one too many times. And it's not just it's like you're tired of what physically happens in this situation to keep repeating, because the repetitive physical cycle has only brought you discontentment and, you know, depression and disappointment and, you know, broken promises and lost love. So yeah, this could be someone who is a traveler. I'm getting like heavy Sagittarius placements or Sagittarius Lilith, where it's like they just travel and get a lot of trinkets. So again, like he was traveling for work in the story. So there could be someone who does a lot of traveling, or just in life is kind of a come and go type person where they just kind of collect little trinkets on their way. And yeah. All right. So yeah, you're done. You're done with the 5 of Cups energy. What's the light energy here? Going right to the 5 of Cups in reverse. Meowth, exhausted, tackle in reverse. Yeah, you're tired of being exhausted in the same way. It's like, what I'm getting is whenever this person comes around, it's like someone is left parched, right? And when you're parched, and excuse me, because I need to drink more water. Like, I'm feeling the thirst of someone here, but also it's like someone is so physically thirsty and another person is so emotionally parched, if that makes sense. It's very much like mirrored what's happening in the physical and what's happening in the spiritual, or emotional, I shall say. But yeah, so yeah, it's very, very exhausting. There could be something about money involved because Meowth is the money cat, and the 8 of Pentacles does, you know, pick up trinkets, has a certain type of wealth, I would say. And yeah, you're just tired of the exhausting conversation going the same way, the exhausting cycle going the same way. It says, adores round objects. It wanders the streets on a nightly basis to look for drop loose change. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how the 8 of Pentacles here with the, you know, traveling gnome type fae energy here. It's just like, yeah, they adore round objects, right? So they adore, whenever round objects come out, it can be money, but I usually take it as like boobs or butt or balls, like very much, you know, again, this kind of like underdeveloped Sagittarian you know, licentious type energy. And yeah, they wander the street on a nightly basis to look for drop loose change. So this is definitely someone who has like a wanderlust or just really can't, you know, find home within themselves. You know, let's see, what's the shadow? Eradicate using antibodies. Yeah, it's like your body, honestly, epigenetically has created like antibodies to be able to respond to the way that this person can emotionally bring you disappointment. Okay, it just feels like you're so done being exhausted that you have, you know, realized how the physical cycle has repeated, and really, you know, releasing the sadness and not allowing this to continue to exhaust you by bringing you depression and disappointment. And that has really created some sort of new like neural network that has caused your body to respond physically different to them. So at one point they could have maybe put your nervous system in a state of chaos very easily, just like with a text, with a this, with a that. But like now there is this energy of like, no, it doesn't affect me in the same way. Okay. It does seem like, you know, you're in this cycle, but it feels like you're, you know, you're done with the way things have, you know, behaved. So you are ready for something new. It's like you're really going through it. You're really going through it. It says the webs on its hind legs enable it to cross rivers. It searches wide areas for food. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, this has caused some sort of evolution where you're able to, it's like you're webbed, right? You can get through the water. And it feels like that's how it is, of like your body has responded to be able to swim through whatever sort of emotional river that they bring to you. Or lack of, you know, like it might cause such an emotional rift because there's no water being brought to you at all. No water offering. It searches wide area for food. Again, there is this aspect of like searching across the lands, you know, traveling across the land, searching far and wide. They want to catch them all. Whew. All right, let's see what's keeping you stuck. What's keeping you down there? Because there's two normal types, it does feel very much about communication. So we have the Chariot. Okay, so it looks like what's keeping you down there is the aspect of actually emotionally moving on from this. The Chariot is Cancerian energy, so this has to do with how you are emotionally rooted in the situation and how you feel like you can let this die. You know, the Chariot in this deck is someone who watches the dead being taken from, you know, it's like from the battlefield, they take the spirits like into the other realm, and humans aren't supposed to watch this. This person does. They have something not so great happen to them. You know, like it puts a curse on the soul to see what you shouldn't see, sort of thing. So interesting energy coming out. I'm going to ask for one more. It just feels like how to emotionally move on from it. It seems like you're, you know, exhausted of the thing. You don't have the same type of reaction. You're done with the disappointment, but it's just like, all right, well, now that I'm decided I'm not, you know, with the same physical thing happening, you know, and the same emotional disappointment, well, now I have to figure out how to emotionally move on, even though you seem to have physically moved on. Tell me more about this Seven of Chariots. The King of Wands. Yeah, there's that Sagittarian energy. Whew. Could be Leo or Aries. This is definitely some high energy, divine, masculine energy when it comes to your lust. So it's like, how do I emotionally move on when they are just like the hottest thing I've ever had? Okay, the King of Wands is definitely someone that can rock your world, very in tune with, you know, their own passion and lust, but also very in tune with, you know, spirit and nature and things like that. So yeah, there's still a very heavy, like, lust connection I'm also feeling like a great deal of anxiety. So I feel like there may be some anxiety either from this person or the other, or yourself, sorry. Okay. The King of Wands also, like in this deck, right, there is this aspect of like chasing and catching. Okay. The King of Wands is a hunter. So, you know, there is this aspect of like, you know, I'm the predator, you're my prey type hierarchy, if you get what I'm saying. And it does seem like maybe you found out something that you shouldn't, or you have seen something that you shouldn't. I'm hearing they like marked you. Let's see. What's the light energy here? What's keeping Aquarius down there? Kakuna using hide. Yeah, so it's like this person is actively... Wow, okay. I'm hearing that this person, you saw something that you shouldn't, which was like who they really were. And that, you know, makes them very intrigued to want to get closer to you. But the thing is, like, your heart is hiding from this situation, or someone is. It can be either way. I'm definitely getting, like, it can go both ways because, right, everything is a reflection or projection. Anyway. Aquarius, I can feel you guys going through it. I need some more water. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety in my heart. And so someone is feeling some sort of anxiety or fear, which is making them, you know, hide their heart chakra, hide their love. While the masculine in terms of that is like, all right, I'm going to go hunting even if I see something that I shouldn't. It says, while awaiting evolution, it hides from predators under leaves and nooks and branches. Yeah, exactly like what I was saying. There is definitely this predator-prey type dynamic here. That's not a healthy dynamic. That can definitely keep you stuck, right? Fear will always keep you stuck. But it does look like there is this aspect of awaiting evolution. So, I mean, obviously you guys have a lot of physical responses on each other, you know, causing epigenetic changes, you know, DNA upgrades and stuff. And it looks like someone's like, no, I'm hiding. Like, I don't want to go through disappointment and heartbreak. And the other person's like, all right, well, I'm going to get you and we're going to evolve. Jesus. Okay, going right into my lap. Wow, yeah, Scraggy using lunge. This literally wanted to come towards me. So this is some dark energy that's in the shadow. So be aware of that this is some darker energy. Okay, we do have the full moon here. It says, it immediately headbutts anyone that makes eye contact with it. Its skull is massively thick. Yeah, that reminds me of some like Aries, Capricorn type energy, Taurus even. And yeah, I mean, obviously also Sagittarius. But anyway, so, you know, it immediately headbutts anyone who it makes eye contact with. So again, there is this aspect of like, you know, seeing something that one shouldn't. And now there's this like lunge of darkness because some sort of, you know, contact has been made. It's someone who's very, very stubborn and is like, all right, well, since we, you know, it's like this King of Wands, like saw you in your eyes. And now again, this like looking into one's soul and how that has bonded in some sort of way where now the King of Wands hunts. Wow. Yeah. This is a very strong fighting energy. Okay. This is a special type of fighting energy, strong energy. This is also the sacral chakra. So this is where, you know, you emotionally and sensually connect to others. And ever since you locked eyes, your sacral chakras have just been doop, so heavily connected that this person is like, will do anything to try to find you. Wow. This is some wild stuff, Aquarius. Whew. like I said, in the extended, we're going to take a look into how do we bring you to shore. That's the earth physical element. How do we dry you off, the mental air element, and then what is the advice for your highest vibrational timeline. But let's see what moon wants to take us into the extended. Whew, I'm getting goosebumps. In reverse, emotions are running high in reverse. So again, we see like the emotionality is really being like you're done with things being at an emotional high, right? That's when your nervous system's in chaos. That's when, you know, each other's nervous systems are able to epigenetically regulate with each other. Very twin flamey. And it looks like now it's really time to calm down and not let this, you know, darkness lunge at you. Okay. But let's see in the extended, if you'd like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below. I do want to let you know I'm closing my private readings for until after Taurus season at the end of Pisces season. Okay, so I'm closing at the end of Pisces season, which is this season. So if you're interested in booking a private reading with me, feel free to email me at sachithescorpioservices@gmail.com. All that info is in the description box below. Because yeah, I will be closing up that to work on some astrology and some creative projects until Taurus season is over. So anyway, yeah, if you'd like to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. And if we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.